Union, together with the government of Salon, don go on one 3-day gender and disability mainstreaming training program for workmen dem wey dey work na the National Electoral Commission, who say dem go train them on how dem for include women and disabled people by election business na the country. William Davis, na the executive secretary na the National Electoral Commission, start first to talk about the area dem where this training dey focus on.
The electoral legal reforms. It is one of the key ingredients in this post-election project. We received reports from observer missions at the end of the 2018 elections, and most of them came out with recommendations saying that we need reforms, specifically electoral reforms. This particular project will also be supporting the NEC. The fourth result or component of this project is really why we are here. It's about improving access to the electoral system for people with disability and specifically for women. Gender equality and improved access to the electoral system for people with disability.
Ivan Navas Fernandez, na the project officer and gender focal point, na the governance section program where the European Union they implement na Salon say the new gender and disability policy when NEC don get now don show say NEC don ready for support women and persons living with disability than business na the country.
The EU would like to thank the NEC and all the stakeholders for the continued involvement in the electoral reform and democratization process in Sierra Leone. The NEC Commission, by adopting a new gender and disability, demonstrates its commitment to the promotion of women's and people with disabilities participation in electoral processes in Sierra Leone. Gender equality, women's rights and people with disability rights are the very core of the EU values. Ensuring women's political rights is not just a moral imperative for all democratic society. History has shown that the inclusion of women in politics is one of the most effective means to ensure peace and to support conflict prevention. You cannot achieve formation or anything in another society without the help of that society.
USA in continue say government for give more elective position to women and persons living with disability na the 2023 general election.
Therefore, it should be a significant improvement made by the government of the Parliament of Sierra Leone to promote women participation in the next election, as well as to establish suitable conditions and enhance equal opportunities for people with disabilities to freely participate in electoral processes. The EU Chapter for Human Rights recognized the rights of people with disabilities to benefit from measures. The 2018 general elections observer report clearly noted that women are underrepresented in elective positions. Women in Parliament, we all know there are just 12% of elected MPs. The EU, as a global actor, promotes gender equality and women's and girls' rights, not only within the EU, but also worldwide and its actions across the world. The EU, among others, is actively engaged to advance gender equality agenda at the annual sessions of the EU Committee of the Status of Women, at the sessions of the UN Human Rights Council, and it also supports the implementation of the Convention for the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, the Beijing Declaration Platform for Action, and as well as the Program of Action of the International Conference on Population and Development.
Commissioner Miata French, na the Western Area Commissioner and the National Electoral Commission, say NEC don commit themselves for say they include disabled and women them by anything wey dem dey do wey get to do with election business na the country.
I have to say that this is a process that we have to be committed to, not just because it's the vogue, but because it really means something to us as Sierra Leoneans. We know that post-war we have a lot of people who are amputees, who have serious challenges in participating. Fortunately, in terms of disabilities from polio, we do not have very many new cases, but we have a lot of old ones and people who are of voting age. They're all over. So it is something that we cannot avoid. It's right in our face. I am sure in any given day, as we move around in terms of doing our daily activity, we do encounter these people. And I think it's time that we really take the issue very, very seriously and try to see how we can ensure that they are included.
Inside in talk, the acting chairperson for the National Electoral Commission, Commissioner Edmond Alpha, say over the past year the commission don dey support women and disabled people by election business na the country, and say make workman them no for put politics by their work, and say them for work in the interest of the country.
At this time, if we talk about professional growth of staff,
at NEC, I want to believe a key institution that has been a contributing factor is the European Union. Sometime last week, we paid a courtesy call to the ambassador. One of the commitments we made to him is, as a commission, we will remain professional. We want to be seen as professionals, not only theoretically, but practically. If you claim to be working for NEC, you should be seen to be neutral. You should be seen to be non-partisan. Let us play our own part and leave the rest for the politicians. This year is going to be dedicated to the training and capacity building of NEC staff. We want to strengthen you so that come the challenges ahead, you will stand the test of time.
Commissioner Edmond Alpha end up say the commission go see say they include persons living with disability and women them by the 2023 general election as voters, contestants and electoral staffs them na the country. The gender and disability mainstreaming training program go continue na the Brookfields Hotel Sote Thursday. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Yeno Kabia the reports.
Program Good Morning Salon they continue and we will take another issue inside the program. The first-term Commissioner General for NRA, Ajakala Kamara, and the first-term Director of Finance, Abdul Conte, the lawyer at the Commission of Inquiry at the Macaulay, inside in final submission, to ask Justice Bankole Thompson not for take the evidence them way the Director of Audits na NRA, Abdul Kuruma, against in clients them, because he say the evidence them not too true. Mangeman say gets more.
Now the commissions of inquiry before Justice Bankole Thompson, now room 65, the lawyer for the first-term Commissioner General and the Director of Finance, now the National Revenue Authority at the Macaulay, don't ask Justice Bankole Thompson not for take the evidence where the Director of Internal Audit, now NRA, Abdullahi Kuruma, against Ajakala Kamara and Abdullahi Conte, as he say the evidence not true.
Yes. My Lord, let me go straight to the witness, Philip Koma, whom at the time of his testimony was the Director of Internal Audit. Yes, at the NRA, my Lord, was the Director of Audit at the NRA. My Lord, I invite the Commission to treat the testimony of this witness, Philip Koma, with caution. Yeah. And put very little weight on it. Very little weight on it. Personally, he was very evasive in answering questions. He was very evasive in answering questions put to him, especially during cross-examination, to the extent that his lordship had to caution him. And secondly, and most importantly, that he is a witness that has credibility issues. In other words, he lies. And he was caught out right here in this commission lying, my Lord.
Lawyer at the Macaulay continues to say the internal auditor, Abdullahi Kuruma, be also lie under oath as he say Ajakala Kamara acting allowance when have been the substantive Commissioner General na the National Revenue Authority.
The DG1 to 178, which is of course that in fact is the author.
Yeah, but that's what they testified.
Yes,
on the oath.
On the oath, yeah. My Lord. And he made reference to exhibit NIE DG1 to 178, which is the payroll register for the whole of 2017, January to December, showing consistently that Madam Ajakala on a monthly basis received acting allowances. Of course, the Director of Finance at the time, who happens to be Abdullahi Conte, responded, my Lord. The answer to that allegation...
Yeah, because it's so important. It's a very serious allegation.
It's a very serious allegation. The answer to that allegation... The answer to that allegation is that it is not an acting allowance.
And the Macaulay continues to say, Abdullahi Kuruma, when the Director of Internal Audit and the National Revenue Authority been say Ajakala Kamara been buy 8 motokadem, renovate NRA office and do other thing them where he not been gets the board approval. As Adi Macaulay say, that self not to been true.
The purchase of 8 vehicles and the rehabilitation of NRA offices without approval of the board and off-budget expenditure. One, you did not have the approval of the body authority to do this, and in fact, it was an off budget. It was not captured by the 2017 budget. So we are basically spending money we are not authorized to spend. And this allegation goes to both Abdullahi Kotre and Madam Ajakala. Thirdly, overspending of 8.3 billion euros, sensitization, workshop, and donations, my lord. Fourthly, variances and fluctuation in the payment of salaries for staff on a monthly basis. This allegation goes on a monthly basis. And lastly, the procurement for the supply of goods and services from office world.
And the Macaulay end up say, Justice Bankole Thompson not for take the testimony where the Director of Internal Audit na NRA be make against them first time workman they are na the National Revenue Authority. People remember say lawyer Adi Macaulay been asked Justice Bankole Thompson for give am some time before he respond to the lead counsel Robert Kowa, where he been done do in final submission this being term. This make Justice Bankole Thompson be allow lawyer Adi Macaulay for make in final submission for Radio Democracy. Mange Mansare the report.
GhanaSongs.org. They causing confusion.
But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look him block them with them beat for him, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen, me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement we are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na online shop and building material store na the one whole country.
8:35, now the time for Studio Clock. We continue with the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. We don't talk about different issues then this morning, especially the one we have to do with the coronavirus, with the China now, and don't they kill people them. How the country prepare for this? We representative them from ONS and also Ministry of Health. But I come over to Ishmael quick. I'm late. Don't they talk about the sick picking projects and support? They call on Sierra Leoneans them for support. This foundation make you able for give medical to plenty of we picking them we get serious sick. Now if somebody want help Ishmael, how we go contact you?
So we get varied platforms then we people can give for reach we through. We get a website where they on www.sickpicking.org. The Pikin are PIKIN. We also get a Facebook page where we call the Sick Picking Project. And or you can come na number 19 Savage Street, Caritas Freetown office, or you can also call we on or WhatsApp we on 076 722 736. So that are the different ways then. But also we get a GoFundMe page where if you just search on Google Sick Picking project, you go able to see the GoFundMe page and you can able to donate directly on the GoFundMe page. How could they identify them picking out with, because many a time we get this picking there, I post them pictures now picking there with severe serious disease? Well, the what's interesting that radio stations, television stations, the even from hospital them, then the direct picking them patients them go na office to we. And also plenty family where they out there waking on see we na TV or watch we or listen to we na radio can also refer the patients them go to we. So we almost always overwhelmed with the number of picking them way they come up every day, because they obviously say them picking and they need help, and so then can send almost every day where they get a minimum of one Pekin from across the country. And because of that reason, it don't become so overwhelming that we not even can know something they have for manage the situation.
So how now anybody will come now they accept?
Well, we can do what we call due diligence. We get cases them where, it might look very critical, but in a case we're able for do na salon. So we don't get plenty cases the way Dr. Ialebi don't do na Sierra Leone, so where they do very amazing work with the picking them. And we also get cases the way Holy Spirit Hospital na Makeni don't help we for do a lot. Cases the way cost mostly around 2 million or 2.5 or 3 million and below. We not can actually popularize them. Then once we see the need did it and the family, we don't do we own what we call vulnerability assessment with the family, and we see the family are very poor, they're not able to take care of the Pekin, we can able for help in that then cases then they.
Right.
And because we get donation box and like them banks and so we call commercial banks specifically, we can use their money then they will raise they for take care of them domestic cases then they. But when we get bigger cases then we need thousands of dollars, then $1,000 right now are like 10 million leones. So when you talk of $4,000, you're talking of 40 million leones. We sound very huge and it's very, very big.
All right, so I know say plenty picking and then at the list, but which one need urgent attention?
Well, normally we can say picking that we get congenital related issues them. Women say then born with congenital heart related issues then born with heart problems. So whether I get for do with VSD or TGA or whichever heart, once you get for do with heart, because they make first of all the picking not even go normal. You go see a 1-year-old picking. It looks so thin and small because of the able for grow well. And sometimes they can get what they call cyanotic. Women say then they change their color. Sometimes the blue, then the green, and when they get the attack, because
how many of them picking and they you get?
Right now even the top we list among the 16 picking they will get, we get about 6 of them one and day. The 2 that we in India right now also the same condition, and we get 6 more where they on the list. We need urgent multiple condition, then the money can increase.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nana Ishmael Alfred Charles. We serve the call on people and for support the Sick Picking Foundation. They do brilliant work as they don't help for save plenty picking their life. Continue for the between the program.
And now we come to Francis Languba Kelly from the ONS as we continue to talk on this coronavirus. We the Salon government they try for put preparedness in place. Mr. Kelly, I really concerned about the porous border there, because if you can remember during the time for the Ebola, now one parent porous border and the virus person come out from Guinea come Kailan, where all of a sudden the Ebola virus take all over the country. So tell me what really not the measures them way when I don't put in place for ensure say when I able.
Well, what you don't do, mind you, we get chiefdom security committees, and also the Ministry of Health also get them health workers, then community health workers, as the case might be. So we don't expand with chiefdom security committees to include the health component. So what thing they do, we educate and sensitize them border communities them, yeah. Because to be very honest with you, we just not get the sheer number of motorman them. For really physically put them at all them crossing points, it's not possible. As I say, we go over 800, and I start reality we'll get for live with. We'll not get for lie about that. But the ones that win at Class A, we ensure say all the security personnel with all the health component workers them, with all the phytosanitary, port health, they're all in other areas and they. So the best way we don't do now, with chiefdom security coordinators, with the health workers and then local communities, we got about 15 border areas, chiefdoms in this country. We desensitize them people so that when you see stranger, they come, you understand, from outside of your locality, whether Guinea or Liberia, because of the 2 areas that we get borders with. Let them be very vigilant. Let them report the nearest health worker where they find any strange happening within the community. Yeah, and then social mobilizers, so way Minister of Health don't train. They also they go to them communities. So now we lay more emphasis on the border communities. But as I say, for now, we not get that human resource. The amount of money we go deploy. As I said earlier, we only don't also step up. We join border patrols with the police and the military. They coordinate. We also get the immigration volunteers. Now them border areas. That's the only two.
So looking at the strength of the national public health emergency.
All them things and they may you get that responsibility for educate with people they on. But as far as their infrastructure they concerned, they still lay intact. We still they manage the public health emergency operation center. So they speak.
We other can say we get travelers then when they go China, but could somebody happen for contact them? How una go respond to that patient there?
Yes, if posting happen for contact them, like I would say, we don't put in place with border, security and everything.
No, wait una go they give the patients.
Oh, wait till go they give the patients. Okay, good. Now we don't identify isolation units, but we not get non-case it. We not get non-case with the police will not get that. In case that happen, we put on aside. And even yesterday, I've been present where we get some PPs and all them personal protective equipment who don't send the border, the airport area. So we'll get we health facility staff, we health staff them, we like a bacteria can come inside. It will make you get pneumonia, you get other chest infection. Now that one the medical people then will treat. We don't begin to recover.
Money team up no more thousand of dollars and you trip Lord 9 points bo no akabot bo why waiting why minister they get at
He say thank you Radio D for bringing these two guys in the studio to talk about the coronavirus, but my concern is public education. Arrange money so I can send something for the sick picking project.
And this other one I go take from our Facebook page. They say this is not business as usual. We have learned a lot from Ebola. Let's be vigilant at all levels.
Some of these sick are very dangerous. Other message we will come this
communities we talk to and where we do the education. They not mean to say that me they go around all side or we other workmen in at home. We get we own people them at different communities them. We need for train them. We just give them the information and they go around and just ask on back. Make the panic, let we reduce the panic, let we remain calm. And let the instructions they give are very simple. When I be talking at one of the radio stations, say, for what we earn, let we it save a lot of things them. It look very simple, but then they go every, and the good thing is China